Hey everyone and welcome back. I'm still here in the same spot, wearing the same shirt on the same gloomy old day outside. Just doing this as a second video because after doing the video on Queen Elizabeth, nothing seemed to quite fit with that particular video of all the other topics that I had. So thank you for persevering with me. Now, what did I want to have a look? The Russian economy. This is one I promised that I was going to read on Friday and then completely forgot by the time I got off track. So we'll start with that. Sorry, I've got notes everywhere. Just pop that over there out of the way. The Russian economy, and then we'll just see where it takes us. Now, interesting enough, I'll post a link down below. I was watching the other day Andre from Astrology Alert, and he has his sister B on, and boy, they do some fascinating discussions. They were talking about the conjunction of, they're both astrologers. B's very much into the historical aspect of things, and they were talking about the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that apparently has been happening. It happens on a minor level every 20 years and a major level every 200 years. Now, I don't ever pretend to understand astrology, so just from the snippet that I was watching, it does very much, this conjunction does trigger changes in regimes. So I do wonder whether that is something to do with the monarchy, but it also with the 200 years, but with the every 20 years Putin, who came to power in the year 2000 when he was elected as president of Russia. So I'm wondering, change of regime in Russia, that'd be nice. So we'll just see how that plays out. But I'll put the link below because it was a very fascinating discussion. So first of all, I'm going to have a look using my Golden Universal Tarot. Have a look at the, and there's Mother Russia. Have a look at the Russian economy and see how it's going. Russian economy at the end of May. That's what I want to have a look at. Tell me about the Russian economy. Oh, the money laundering card on the bottom. The money laundering card. Okay, tell me about Meister. Good morning, Meister. Tell me about the Russian economy by the end of May. Oh, things flying out at me everywhere. Okay, well I might just take these as a little quick flutter through as they flung out at me. Russia is very much at a crossroads. This figure here looks like, well, it is blindfolded, but it also looks to me like a version of Mother Russia. She's sitting under the night sky and she's got the two swords of truth crossed over, but is blindfolded about which direction to take, which sword to choose. So Russia, the economy, which is what I was asking about, is very much at a crossroads by the end of May. We have, this is the systems. Now, it can be government, can be religious, it can be it can be the church, it can be the monetary systems, the world monetary systems, but it is, I think, very much about the Russian government. So they're at this crossroads by the end of May. The sanctions are starting to bite really hard, but the government, but he's up there lording away, preaching to those that are kowtowing below. So in a lot of ways, Putin has stayed very much immune to this. It's not reaching him yet, and he's very apt at dictating to those below him what they should be feeling about their situation. But yes, I'm seeing that as the Russian government sitting on its throne at the moment. It is chaotic. Their economy is in chaos. Absolute, out of control chaos, to the point where walking away in despair, and the money laundering card is still on the bottom after all that shuffling. So I'll do a little bit of a more in-depth look than that, but it is telling me, it's possibly actually, yes, okay, Meister. He's telling me that's the here and now, is the government is at a crossroads. So it's not May, that's the here and now. They're at a crossroads. Those at the top are still thinking, well, suck it up, it's all hunky-dory, but the economy itself is in absolute out-of-control chaos, to the walking away despair of the average person. So tell me about the Russian economy by the end of May. Full Celtic cross, please. Full Celtic cross. Where's it going? Where's the past, present, future? End of May, please, Meister. End of May. Of May. Right. There's a certain feeling to the cards. If you're just studying tarot, you'll with experience you'll discover it. There's a certain feeling to the cards when they are right. Oh, here's this money laundering card. This is to me, it's always been the card about, it can mean building a solid foundation and working together, but when you have a look at these principles here in this, you've got the two privileged wealthy figures standing off to one side, discussing amongst themselves, and then you have the one figure doing all the hard work on actually creating this, and to me it's about the grifting, the corruption, the money laundering. So that's my signifier card for this reading, so that's quite interesting. Oh, okay, well, why was I not surprised? This is about stealing what does not belong to you. Sabotage, deception, lies, deceit, abuse of power, you name it. It's all that awful stuff, but it's very much, he's stealing the swords, he's stealing the truth and making a way out of camp. Base of the reading is the Ace of Pentacles, this is all about the money, which is the economy. In the past we've got this working hard, the skills behind the scenes, working hard at creating this money, but that's in the past. This is about creating, this is about, to me, about the work that the Russian people have done to make Russia a prosperous economy. No thanks to the government itself, but what the people have done behind the scenes. Crowning it, new start, ending of a cycle, but very much about plans, careers, passions, a message coming forward in regards to this. Immediate future is the again, be patient, things will come to fruition, but this is also looking out on the world stage, and it's only a 2, so what's telling me is that Russia is now at a crossroads on the world stage in regards to its monetary plans. External influences. This is an ending. So 10s are all ending of a cycle. So this is, to me, telling me that this is the ending of the cycle of celebration and prosperity for Russia. So we're talking about the economy by the end of May. It is families coming together and celebrating, but it's telling me that this is the pinnacle of this period of celebration. Internal influences. Why am I not surprised? This is the High Priestess. She's very much about hidden agendas, things that are being kept from the people, from the world, but also the people of Russia. Now, we must always remember that the people of Russia are not Putin and his enablers and the oligarchs. The average Russian person is hardworking, solid, dependable, do not want to be engaged in this war with Ukraine. They just want what everybody else wants, to be left alone, to get on with their lives and care for their families and communities. But this internal, there is things being hidden internally in Russia. There's this secret agenda that is not being revealed. Hopes and fears, King of Cups. Usually a diplomatic, emotionally balanced figure, so I think that's very much a hope that this figure is going to come forward. Future outcome, circles of support, celebration, coming together in contracts, and it will happen very quickly. Coming together in agreements and contracts and working together. Okay, so this is interesting. Also boundaries, having to defend oneself. Now when I was looking at this, very much because it's coming after this potential outcome of change, of a new start, we've got celebration, the working together, and it happening very quickly. When I looked at this row, I was thinking, sorry, I'll bring you up. I was thinking, oh, so is this after Putin? And then, as soon as I thought that, is this after Putin, these cards come up. Having to set up boundaries due to being just basically confined, battle weary, and then having to defend himself, followed by the walking away, followed by the wounded in battle, or having to retreat. And his strength is wounded and retreating. Heartbreak, despair, disappointment, and a new message of a new economic beginning. So what I'm getting, and then it's the page, and then the knight, and then we have this independence, this card of independence. So what I'm very much getting was that this end of May will be, I'll read on it, Putin will be gone, because all these other cards that I pulled off to the side are about, when I was thinking about Putin, are very much about retreat, embattled, wounded, walking away, losing strength, new beginnings, new starts, etc., etc. And then on the base I get is the burden. Then we have domestic and financial security is paused while it's rebalanced. And there will be a bit of a juggling to go on to start with before we reach this position of joy. Now, then I was thinking about Putin again, and I got, oh man, I could go through the whole deck with this guy. Out in the cold, banished, loss, inevitable ending, actions and consequences, truth coming forward, being brought forward, under investigation and isolated. So what I'm getting from that is, so I'll just ask quickly, is that things are happening very quickly. There's stuff that's not being revealed to the people of Russia about what is actually going on with their economy, not being revealed to the world. It's what I'm, okay, thank you, Meister. It's worse than what we are being led to believe. And that by the end of May things will be getting better, which indicates to me, then looking at those cards while I was thinking of Putin, was that Putin will be out. Oh, what did I have flip over there? Putin will be out. So that while I was shuffling, I know these came out together before, but again, it's the government is at a crossroads. So tell me, will Putin be, what's the word I'm after? Usurped, relegated to the back blocks of Siberia? Will Putin be removed in whatever way? I've done some interesting readings on the past and him as to the method of such, but will Putin be removed from his position by the end of May? I'm not doubting you, Meister, I'll just draw a couple of extra cards on that. I do like to triple check. It's what I do in life with everything. Not quite OCD, but do like to triple check. Will Putin be ousted by the end of May? Wow, I'll have to put that one in the diary to keep an eye on it. Putin be ousted by the end of May. Karma's going to come and bite him on the bum. So this is ending of a chapter, beginning of a new chapter. Very much ending of a chapter, closing of a chapter. There will be celebration, burden, investigation, chaos, boundary setting, loss and heartbreak. Loss, but also look at the fear on that guy, at being confronted with that. Having to set up boundaries, wounded in battle. Zelensky rebalancing. Things coming to the surface, a message of hope. A beautiful message. I mean, I know this card also means going back to the past, but I just love, you got this little chappy here giving this little girl some gorgeous flowers. To me, it's just such an incredibly hopeful card of the youth, of the inspiration of youth, and then we have the sun. So, okay. Put that one in the diary. Putin out by the end of May. Ukraine. I want to have a look at Ukraine by the end of June. Okay. Ukraine by the end of June. Get on to all the American political stuff tomorrow. I suspect I'll lump it all in one hit. Also want to have a look at China supply chain with what's happening, and Kushner with his 2 billion, but they might be independent readings, those ones later in the week or next week. See what comes up. Okay. Tell me about Ukraine. I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale for these. Lovely cards. These are my fairly general everybody cards. No, I won't. Okay, yes, Meister, I hear you. He wants me to use my intuitive cards for this. Now, okay. Wants me to do a very quick reading on this long-range missile test that Russia did. So I'll go back to those cards. Thank you, Meister. On Ukraine, he wants me to use the intuitive. So tell me about, just very quickly, 4 cards. 4 cards. Is this long-range missile test anything to be concerned about? I'm feeling so terribly blur, flat, no. It's a nothing. It's a nothing. So tell me. Oh, tell me, is this something we need to be concerned of? Flung out at me 2 cards, Zelensky card and this giving and receiving help. It's not about Ukraine itself, it is about this particular ballistic missile. But he's doing this, or Putin, I should say. Putin and Russia did this test to sort of do a bit of chest beating to Zelensky. They're finding themselves, yes, Meister, Putin's finding himself looking very petty, weak, against against the energies of Zelensky. There is this emotional overwhelming, working behind the scenes, and choosing a path towards the light. Not quite sure what this is meaning. Temperance, which is about rebalancing and moderation, and the Magician, manifesting possibilities. So I don't feel those bottom 5 cards are about this missile test at all. I'm very much feeling that this was purely done because of, it's not an insecurity card, it's a giving and receiving help, but this card is about, you've got this person here with the scales, basically meting out pittances to the hands that are reaching up and pleading. So it very much feels to me as though he's trying to dole out a sense of power, as he feels like he's this pitiful creature that doesn't have a lot to dole out compared to this power of Zelensky. So we are looking at, this is an emotional overwhelm. It's also a new beginning in terms of relationships, with working going on behind the scenes. Okay, so this is about a new relationship beginning. Work is going on behind the scenes at this crossroads, leading to this light in regards to plans going forward, more moderate plans, and manifesting all the tools in the toolbox, manifesting possibilities. So I'm really feeling that these bottom cards are about Zelensky, Ukraine itself, leading into my Ukraine reading. So I'm very much getting that this missile was nothing more than a chest beat to say, look how powerful I am, yet it's nothing more than that. It's nothing more than that, because he feels powerless. He feels powerless when compared to the energies of what Zelensky is bringing forward. Oh, look what jumped out. Peace. Peace. So this is my Ukraine by June. I mean, we're nearly in May. Most readers, including myself, saw this over by now. But however, even though we can only read on the energies of the day, and there were decisions made along the way that have reflected in this being longer than it should have been. This war. My heart goes out to Mariupol. I don't know why they want to conquer a city that literally does not exist anymore. It is just a pile of rubble. Okay, yeah, I'm being told it's become a symbol. They're not after the city itself, it's a symbol. Okay. For Putin and his cronies. If I can't have it, nobody can have it. Oh, okay, thank you, Meister. I didn't mean it quite like that, but yeah, that's the attitude, is if I can't have it, nobody can have it. Oh. Okay, clear that energy. Ukraine, by June. End of the financial year in Australia. We like to think of things by end of December, by end of June, because that's how our year is broken up. Calendar year, tax year. But tell me by the end of June, Ukraine by the end of June. Tell me Ukraine. Oh, beautiful. Tell me Ukraine by the end of June. Tell me Ukraine by the end of June. Sorry, I'm listening to the birds outside. I should be concentrating. They're having a good old warble. What are they? I think they're noisy miners, or are they magpies? No, they're magpies, those ones. We've just had big downpour, so they're out. Sun's just come out, so they're out in the sun. Okay. Ukraine by end of June. Sorry, you don't need to know about my bird life. Ukraine by the end of June. Ukraine by the end of June. Ukraine by the end of June. Thank you. Right, so in case you were wondering what card fell out, and I went, oh, isn't that lovely? This is the card. The card of absolute unity. Unity. Rainbows. Beautiful. Unity. Busy as a bee. Dark clouds leading to freedom and celebration and love. So this unity and working together, almost like, okay, I'm getting colony, hive, working together in unison will overcome these dark clouds and lead to freedom, celebration and love. This is by the end of June. Communications. Technology. Technology will come forward very quickly. Each drop in the ocean will count. Each drop in the ocean will be the key. Nothing yet written on that one. And the alien will be out. Oh, yes. There are things to do with technology that will happen very fast, that will seem like a drop in the ocean, but they are a key that we do not know what will actually be happening, but it means the aliens will be out. The past. So in the past there will be this, so this is by the end of June, in this past, this is this lightning strike. We have science. Trust the science for the growth and the rebuilding. Oh my God, these are amazing cards. So this is the end of June. I'm loving this. So that could almost go up there. The aliens being out will be in the past. There will be this lightning moment where this trust with the science coming together and the growth rebuilding. Down. Leap of faith. I'm not sure what the down is. Fate, destiny and karma will come forward very quickly. We've got destruction, families. Okay, I'll just have a think about this particular row. I think this row is very much about, this card is standing out to me, the destruction card. What will happen is Russia will be out. Russia will be out of Ukraine. It will be in the past. There will be this whelming up where this, looking at regrowing. Now this to me can also, because it's science, I mean to me it's university education, etc. Can perhaps be architecture as well. But the plans will be put in place to rebuild Ukraine, but have to get over this row of the destruction of families that will come forward very quickly. Oh gosh, okay, yes, it is a difficult. We have to take this leap of faith in regards to our destiny. that this was the destiny that had to be overcome to reach this stage of world unity. Comfort in time by working together. Lots of ideas, but there will also be a lot of anger. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to. There will be a lot of anger at the injustice of it all by the people, by these actions and consequences. There will be a lot of anger amongst the people, which is completely understandable. Base of the pack, we have transformation, magic happening, dollar coming in, the bravery. It will cut through the noise and the sadness to bring happiness. There will be the Ogliarchs will be ruled. So the money that has been seized will be ruled to go towards the injury caused by this conflict. Contracts will be made in regards to peace. Okay, so that's June. Oh, it started off so, by the end of June, it started off so positively, and then it really hit home with that row in regards to the really it is the realization of the damage done, of the people lost, of the unnecessary in some ways, and I'm just really feeling it at the moment, unnecessary in so many ways to bring humanity together. I pray and hope for a time when we can come together without having to have this sort of ghastly destruction thrust in our face, because when it tries to happen subtly, we don't listen. So, okay, that was interesting. I might have to go have a cup of tea and a lie down. But yes, so summing up, Putin by the end of May and Ukraine by the end of June. So thank you for joining me. Look after yourselves. Send light and love to those in the world that need it. Stay safe and love to you all. Bye-bye.